What's up, Taiwan? I'm Sally Jensen with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's lawmakers are wrangling over controversial plans to expand transportation links across the country's east coast. Leslie Liao has more.
A legislature divided. After weeks of wrangling among lawmakers over legislative reform bills, a separate transportation bill is now at the heart of heated political discussions. The bill, spearheaded by the Kuomintang's Fu Kunqi, seeks to build new transportation links to Hualien County on Taiwan's east coast, a rugged and mountainous area. It would require the government to carry out 3 infrastructure projects: building a highway connecting Hualien to Taitung in the southeast, expanding Taiwan's high-speed rail network to the county, and extending one of Taiwan's existing freeways toward Hualien. The proposed timeline for completing the projects is 10 years, a time frame environmental groups say is too rushed to properly carry out environmental impact assessments. Then there's the cost, with estimates putting the price tag of the projects close to $62 billion. Fu Kunqi says his party wants to push the bill through by the end of July. But other KMT lawmakers say there's no rush.
花东三法的通过没有 deadline， 也就是说，并没有说限定一定要在几月几号之前一定要通过。
The KMT doesn't have a legislative majority and it needs support from the smaller Taiwan People's Party to pass the bills. Taiwan People's Party Chair Ko Wen-je says the 3 projects should not be under a single bill.
3个应该个别讨论啊，建构一个比较安全、快速的这种交通干线，其实有需要，所以花东这一条。 花东快的话，我们原则上应该是优先处理。
But the Democratic Progressive Party says the TPP isn't doing enough to halt the passing of the bill.
民众党也没踩刹车，而且反而因为民众党一起提案，就代表立法院过半的嘛，可以撸过去啊嘛，而让这个油门吹下去之后，失速打滑嘛。
The KMT and TPP formed a united front to pass recent legislative reforms. But with this transportation bill, fractured opinions are arising, not only between parties, but within them as well. Klein Wang and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
A man in central Taiwan has been denied paternal rights to his biological child. The man is unable to apply for naturalization for his baby. His wife is a Vietnamese immigrant who lives and works in Nam Tho County. She was pregnant with the now 4-month-old while still married to her Vietnamese ex-husband. Even though she gave proof that her new husband is the baby's father, the new law still prevents the child from getting household registration in Taiwan.
依照法务部内政部规定，你否认就是婚生子女。 否认之诉提起之前，不能用 DNA 去否认他婚生的推定。
The Dragon Boat Festival long weekend has begun in Taiwan, and thousands of paddlers are gathering by riversides around the country to compete in races. Reesers went down to the Keelung River in Taipei to get in on the action.
And they're off. The 2024 Taipei International Dragon Boat Championships are underway, marking the beginning of Duanmujie, or Dragon Boat Festival. People celebrate the long weekend by eating zongzi, a kind of stuffed glutinous rice dumpling wrapped in bamboo leaves, and by hopping into decorative longboats to put their paddling skills to the test in a sporting and cultural event with a history of over 2,000 years.
就是凝聚我们的健康，分散我们的力量给全部的人。我们推广龙舟，希望大家一起来划龙舟。
Every year, hundreds of teams gather across the country to race. Here in Taipei, next to the iconic Grand Hotel, dozens of teams are taking to the water after months of training to compete in this physically and technically demanding sport.
体力是一定的，可是默契也是很重要，对吧？毕竟是18个人一起划船。 对，默契很重要。
But it's not only about the race itself, but also the teamwork, team spirit. We get up every day, early at 4 to 5, and we paddle together for 1 and 1.5 hours. So this is a very important annual event for us.
All are welcome at dragon boating, regardless of nationality, gender, age, or orientation. For many, the highlight of the festival may be the race, but these events aren't all about the competition. They're about coming together as a community to honor long-lasting traditions. Ryan Wu and Rhys Ayres by the Taipei Riverside for TaiwanPlus.
Environmental groups in Tainan are calling for a ban on buoys made from a plastic known as EPP after the city started allowing fishers to use them. The groups say the new buoys are just as polluting as the styrofoam ones used before.
政府说要改进，然后现在用了所谓的 EPP， 但是 EPP 其实只是换了一个材质，它跟保丽龙其实是一样的制成，里面其实是很容易破碎的，比保丽龙还容易破碎。
Oyster farmers in the southern city use buoys that break down and leave plastic particles on beaches. Tainan's Fisheries Office says it will change its regulations this year. It says it'll stop subsidizing foam floats and will switch to firm floating barrels. It's World Ocean Day, a day to raise awareness of the resources that humans get from the sea. Our reporter Sandy Chi heads to eastern Taiwan to meet a woman who has spent her life working under the waves.
Chen Wangshi makes it look easy as she moves around in the intertidal zone near Magang Fishing Village, a remote and quiet place located on the easternmost part of Taiwan. The 82-year-old is one of the country's last few remaining so-called sea women. They make their living from the ocean, collecting things like oysters, seaweed, and snails. There are fewer than 5 sea women left in Magang. All of them are over 50 years old. Taking only a pair of shoes with grippy soles, a hat, and some gear, she is ready for work. Unlike amas, another name for sea women in Japan and South Korea, who mainly dive into the ocean, sea women in Taiwan can do both, diving without scuba gear and working in the intertidal zone. Today, Chen chose to stay in the intertidal zone because of her age, the weather, and strong waves. Chen supports her family mainly through ocean collecting. She's been the sole breadwinner since her husband died. The seasons, weather, and ocean conditions play a crucial role in her livelihood. With just a glance, she can tell if there's anything worth collecting. She can also read the tides like an open book. Late spring and early summer is best for picking red seaweed, sea moss, and oysters. Chen has an intimate relationship with the ocean. She says it's like her very own natural fridge. However, over the years, she's become disappointed, not with the sea, but with humans and the damage they've done. According to the government, in 2023 alone, over 940 tons of trash washed up on Taiwan's coasts. That's the smallest amount in 4 years. But it's a lot to deal with for people who work closely with the ocean, like Chen. Despite all the ocean trash and disappointment, Chen perseveres in her work as a sea woman. She vows to keep going as long as she is physically able, and the sea can provide. Kamashu and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
A friendly ringed seal pup made a rare appearance in waters off Keelung City in northern Taiwan. Fishing boat captain Lin Xinyong spotted the seal pup near his ship while harvesting fish eggs. The animal appeared to try and jump up on the boat. Marine authorities say the sea mammal may have lost its way while searching for food and was probably trying to find a place to rest. A local ecology group has urged people not to go looking for the animal.
不要就是随意追逐，然后不要触摸，也不要喂食的这3个基本原则，然后跟海豹就是保持适当的距离。
Flash floods have inundated parts of the Australian city of Sydney, prompting rescues and evacuations. Heavy rain early Saturday morning battered the southeastern city of 5 million. State emergency services are urging affected residents to be prepared to leave their homes. This is not takeout. Mount Everest has received its first ever delivery with a drone. In a test carried out by private companies and local Nepalese organizations, the long-distance heavy-lifting drone carried oxygen tanks from Everest Base Camp to Camp 1, around 1,000 meters up the mountain. The breakthrough in tech could allow for supplies to more easily reach mountaineers in distress. For centuries, Himalayan honey hunters have scaled steep cliffs to harvest honeycomb. But in recent years, climate change has started to threaten this tradition. Wesley Lewis has the story.
Perched on a precarious cliff face, these villagers in the heart of Nepal's Himalayas are known as honey hunters. Using smoke, they clear away swarming giant honeybees and scale the cliffs with bamboo rope ladders. Then they use long blades to slice off chunks of honeycomb. This unique honey is known as mad honey because it contains intoxicating elements that cause hallucinations. Honey hunting is a centuries-old tradition here, but this year, hunters say they've noticed fewer bees.
जेट लगाएपछि मह काट्ने सुरु गर्छ अलिअलि पैसा त आउने भयो भनेर सुरु गर्नु लागेको त मह आउँदै आएन यसपालि के भयो न त्यो पानी नभएर नआओ यी रुट ढाल्दिएर नआओ यी पर्दा अलिअलि आथ्यो अहिले साल त 10-12 नै आएन सर के गर्ने होला भन्दै सोचिरा गाउँले सबै सोचिरा.
Twice a year, local villagers embark on honey hunting expeditions. The custom is significant for the region's indigenous Gurung and Magar communities. It helps them maintain their cultural identity and allows them to pass down ancestral knowledge from generation to generation. Villagers say their ancestors knew how to properly maintain the area's honeybee population and that current conditions aren't ideal.
यहाँ गाई चर्ने ठाउँ यी कस्तो विनाश भइसकेको छ यहाँ विद्युत के रे हाम्रो मौरी घरमा पनि कति विनाश भइसकेको छ पहिले बुढापाकाले यत्रो रुख पनि यत्रो सानो रुख पनि काट्नु नदिने थिए किन भन्दाखेरि त्यो मौरी आउँदैन के रे रुख छलामा यहाँ भिरको कुनामा रुख हुन्छ रुख वरिपरि चाहिँ काट्नै हुँदैन भन्थे.
Villagers have started to worry that the decline of the honeybee population indicates larger environmental problems. And local scientists have also weighed in. They say unusual weather patterns fueled by climate change are putting stress on bee colonies.
Climate change affecting the Himalayan cliff bee in multiple ways. For example, too much rain, too little rain, erratic and intense rain, long dry spell, heat and cold. All these extreme weather conditions, they put stress on maintaining the strength and the honey stock of the colonies.
Scientists also say the erratic weather has impacted bee pollination. Fewer flowers are producing nectar at the right time, which means honeybees have less to work with.
Similarly, the change in the crop phenology, this means early flowering, late flowering, untimely secretion of nectar, this also affects the honey production of the bees.
Honey hunting is not only a time-honored tradition in this remote region of Nepal, it also allows the hunters to supplement their mostly agricultural income. But as Himalayan bees produce less and less honey year after year, villagers are already grappling with the sting of climate change. Howard Zhang and Wesley Lewis for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, here's some more Dragon Boat Festival activities happening here in Taiwan. I'm Sally Jensen. Take care and see you next time.